What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now.
Jimothy.
Now, ladies and gents, test hands is something that I've definitely fallen by the wayside in terms of content on this channel. It's something that I used to do quite regularly with regards to the deck profiles that I post. I normally do a test hand video with them, or at least in the profile. So I've decided to do it separately, just so you guys have an idea of the decks that I profile and just a general way to play them. Now, the test hand that we're doing today is Bujins. Now, what I will say is that Bujins definitely are a deck that looks to go second, and it's the build that I've got is definitely a going second build, ladies and gents. So you probably won't draw the most optimal hands going first, but hey ho, it is what it is. So we have shuffled up enough. Let's see what we can get. Now, I am still missing Baguska, so if I do use Baguska, I'll probably proxy. So starting us off, we've got one Bujin Torafun, one Gamma Seal for a follow-up, which is fantastic, one Lost Wind, bit of negation, one Bujin Hirume, and one Mahitatsu, which is actually not too shabby. Okay, so let's bring these down here. I'll leave my hand exposed just so you can see what's going on. So our main play is definitely going to be our Bujin Torafun. So we're going to normal summon Torafun, activate its effect to tribute itself, and special summon two Bujin monsters from our deck. Now, in this instance, because we're going first, we want a little bit of protection. We're going to go for... where they gone? We'll go for Turtle, and we'll also go for Hare. So if you didn't know, a lot of the Bujins have graveyard effects. So we'll go for Turtle and we'll go for Hare. Then we're going to overlay these two to go into our Susanoo. So I'm going to activate Susanoo's effect. It doesn't really matter which one you tribute, to be honest. But I'll detach. I'll detach Hare, and then I will add a Haruko from deck to hand. So after that, I am going to scale the Haruko, and then I'm going to activate Haruko's effect to overlay my Susanoo and my Bujingi Turtle into my brand new delivered secret rare Bujinki Amaterasu by banishing this card. Then I'm going to activate Amaratu's effect to detach another card. I'm going to detach Turtle, just so I've got Turtle and Hare back both in the graveyard, to then target my Bujin Haruko and special summon it back to the field. And then in this instance, we're actually going to use a card from our hand. We're going to special summon our Mahitatsu by pitching a Bujin Hirume to get another 4 on the field. Now, in this instance, ladies and gents, you potentially are going to go for your Baguska play, just because there's no other going first play realistically. So I'm just going to say that our Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King is going to be our Baguska, and I like to put them in the zone over here just because I'm still afraid of GNA the Transversa, which is a bit of a problem card, to be honest. So we'll go through for our Baguska, which is Tiger King, and that should be your play, ladies and gents. So what you ended up with, 2 XYZ monsters, as well as setting our Lost Wind. So you've ended up with 2 XYZ monsters, one Baguska basically just to stall out until your second turn, and then you've also got Amaterasu that can actually attach one of your banished Bujin monsters. Should these two survive, which hopefully they should do, especially when you've got Turtle and Bujingi Hare in the graveyard, you can actually do some stuff. I didn't attach the Torafun, mainly because I'm going first, so I might as well just leave it in graveyard for when I actually do go into a Bujinki XYZ monster and my following turn should have managed to last that long. You have got Lost Wind again for a bit of negation, as well as your Baguska, so definitely a solid play for going first. Not much else you can do with the way that I've built this deck, but hey, it is what it is. So let's get into the second test hand. Okay, so going into test hand number 2, we're going to assume that we're going second. Now, what I will say is that I'm looking to bring a series to the channel called Board Breakers, which looks to basically, using the decks that I've been profiling, try and crack a 3 negate board, because that's typically something that you're going to see from a meta deck. But at the moment, ladies and gents, we're just going to have to assume that our opponent's got at least 1 or 2 monsters on board, and maybe like 1 or 2 back row, not including hand traps, because that's a little bit hit and miss depending on the deck that you're playing and the situation that you're in. So just shuffling up here, we're going to assume that we're going second and that we haven't had any hand rips, because minimals are not a thing in the meta right about now. Oops, I'm actually shuffling this so bad. Let's cut a deck and see what we get. So starting us off, we get 1 Gamma Seal, fantastic. 1 Honest, which is great. 1 Bujin Arasuda, 1 Gamma, and finally a 5 Formation Tenki, which is excellent. And for our 6th card, we've got Raigeki. So this is an absolutely fantastic hand. So starting us off, I might as well say we are going to fire the Raigeki. Now the reason why I'm firing the Raigeki is mainly because that our opponent should have some kind of spell or trap and negation, and if they don't, then they're just going to lose their board. Also, some monsters can't be destroyed by card effects, so it might get rid of the monsters that can be destroyed by card effects, or at least bait and negate basically. So there's 1 negate down. Next, I'm gonna get rid of the next threat, which is Gamma Seal. So I'm gonna Gamma Seal 1 of their cards. So we know that we got a Gamma Seal on board. Next, I'm gonna activate 5 Formation Tenki. Now, this is an actual critical point. If they do decide to Ash or try to any kind of monster negate, I've actually got the side frame gear Gamma in order to get negate. So we'll assume that they've got the Ash, so we'll Gamma that. Special summon the 1 Driver. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our Bujin Typhoon. Probably don't need to shuffle that because we're gonna go back into the deck. And then from here, ladies and gents, you already know where we're going to go with this. So we're going to normal summon our Typhoon, activating its effect. So it's going to tribute himself, special summon 2 Bujin monsters from your deck. So again, we're going to go with Turtle, and we're also going to go with... You can find it here. Then we're going to overlay these 2 and go into our Susanoo, or potentially, ladies and gents, depending on your board state, you can actually OTK from here. So you could actually go into Utopia Double, activate Utopia Double's effect and get double or nothing out of the deck. That's definitely one route, seeing as you've Gamma Sealed one of your opponent's cards. But let's just go through the pure Bujin play. So we'll go for our Susanoo. Then we're going to detach our Susanoo to add us, just in case things go south. No, in fact, we can actually do this. So we're going to add us a similar players as before. Actually, we're going to add us a Haruko. We're going to scale the Haruko. Then we're going to use its effect to banish to be able to XYZ summon on top of our Susanoo. Being a little bit greedy here. On the banish, actually, we're going to chain our Bujin Arasuda because a Bujin monster was banished to special summon him. Then we're going to go into our... Where's it gone? Bujinki Amaterasu. I'm going to activate Amaratsu's effect, so we will detach our Bujinki here just to give us a little bit more protection to be able to special summon back our Haruko. Then we're going to overlay these 2 into our second Bujinte Susanoo. Then we're going to proceed to the battle phase. Now, if your opponent's got a bit of an error there, I could have summoned Driver and Gamma in attack position, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, so if your opponent's got like 1 or 2 monsters unfilled, then Susanoo is going to be putting in some big damage, especially as we can chain Honest targeting the Gamma Seal. So basically, we can chain Honest targeting the Gamma Seal. That's going to do an extra 2200 damage, for example. So lovely right there. Depending on what else they got on board, you can punch over everything with Susanoo, attack with Amaterasu, and that's more or less game, ladies and gents. So very simple deck, very easy to play. Again, I would advise going second with this deck, because grinding is not something that this deck is renowned for, especially with the speed of the decks nowadays. But hey ho, it is what it is. But anyway, ladies and gents, that is the end of the video. As always, if you did enjoy this content, you know what to do by now. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And if there's anything that you think I could have done differently, definitely get at me in the comment section below. And I will definitely see you guys on the next video. Peace.